Self-improvement. It's a lonely path. It's actually really lonely path. And I'm talking from experience. I'm talking from myself. And my experience in almost a year of self-improvement, I believe. Yeah, almost a year. Going on, actually this is kind of my second year, I don't know. But self-improvement has been one of the best things that has ever happened to me. And I want to talk about one of the most difficult parts about self-improvement, which is loneliness. It gets really lonely in a world where it's already kind of lonely, especially if you don't have that special someone, or if you don't have that many family members that you connect with and that are on your path. And once you are alone, and then you get on self-improvement and you get lonelier, it's kind of hard. But in this video, I'm gonna tell you guys the best ways you can not fix your loneliness, because right now if you're on self-improvement you're gonna be lonely for a while. But best ways to not feel lonely most of the time and actually feel loved, cared about, looked after, like 90% of the time. So yeah, let's get right into this. The reason we're lonely is because we don't fit in with a lot of people, in the sense that we are not in the same path, we don't like the same things, we don't want the same things as other people. Most of the people in our schools, in our colleges, or in our work or environment do things that we don't want to do. For example, they smoke, they go partying, they hook up with a lot of girls, they do drugs. And you're on self-improvement, you're not trying to do all that. You're not doing all that. That's the whole point of self-improvement in itself. So it's a lonely ride, and it's a hard ride because you don't have no one to tell you how you can improve. You don't have anybody to help you in this journey. But you're wrong. There's someone, and that someone is God. God is always going to be there for you. He is the only person aside from you, yourself, who's gonna be there for you. And if you realize that, you'll never feel alone again, ever. And a lot of people might see us as, what if I'm not religious? Well, start getting religious. Start believing in God, because He's the only person that can help you, the only energy source that can give you love, and you can feel it in your heart. And you might think, how do I start believing in God? How do I start feeling those things that a lot of people see? Like, you see a lot of these people where God saved my life, and they went from like a complete drug addict who abandoned their family to reuniting with the family and becoming like a stay-at-home mother, becoming a providing father. And you can see this complete 180 of a person, and you're just astonished of how this happened. And all they do is credit God this, God that. And it's not a coincidence. I saw these stories about people changing their lives like it was nothing, and I immediately knew something was up. I believed in God. I was never an atheist, but I believed in God in the sense that, yeah, someone created us, yeah, I believe in God, but I didn't believe in religion. And I don't care which religion you choose. I don't care if you're Buddhist, if you're in Buddhism, Islamic, Christian, Catholic. I don't care what you believe in, but believe in God. And God is always going to be in your heart. And if you can acknowledge that, and if you start to create this grace, this gratitude towards God, He will listen and He will come and bless you. And once He blesses you, and once He shows you how much He loves you and shows you that He's there for you, then you're gonna start believing really hard in God, like those people who say He's changed their lives completely. I've been on self-improvement for almost a year. And no, a little over a year. And I was not consistent in my routine. I didn't start a YouTube channel until now. Until the end of the last month. I just looked at my habit tracker. Till the end of the last month. So I started being consistently in self-improvement, the most consistent I've ever been, the day of the 25th of February. That's the day one where I started one routine and stuck to it till today, which is 19th, 17th of March. And it might seem insignificant. It might seem like, oh, that's not even a month. Like, okay, dude, like you're talking all these things, but you're not even that successful. I am successful. And the reason why I'm successful is because I found God. I found the love of God. And the way I did that was by thanking Him and believing that He would respond back. Sometimes He didn't. Most of the times, at first, He didn't. But then He started showing me signs and He started giving me blessings. One day I decided I would go with my cousin to the plaza with bowls of cereal, like little boxes of cereal they serve at school. We took like a bunch of them because people don't eat them most of the time. We took them, put it in our book bags, and we just went to the plaza and gave it to homeless people. It was like we just saw so many food there that was gonna go to waste. We just took them, went to the plaza, and just gave it to homeless people. Give it to people who were working on the street. People cleaning. We were just giving it to everybody. Just giving. And then out of nowhere, we see a car. Not just any car. You see a Rolls-Royce Cullinan. You might think, okay, seeing a car is not a blessing. Like, why are you comparing that to God's blessing? That car is the car that all of our mentors have. And it's the signature car that we see and associate it with our mentors and associate it with our success. It doesn't mean if we don't have it, we're not successful. It doesn't mean if it's our dream and we just want this car, but it was a sign that out of all the places, out of all the days that car could have possibly been there, that car is not a car you see in Puerto Rico. It's not a car you see there. It's like, you don't see a Rolls-Royce, you don't see a $300,000 car in a not poor country, but it's not a rich country. You don't see those types of cars. And definitely not in the area where I was. And once I looked at this in my mind and I just visualized it with my cousin, and we were like, bro, of all the days, the day we come and decide out of nowhere to come help people, God gives us a sign of what is coming for us, what we're gonna get if we keep doing good. If we keep being and go, that showed us that if we kept going on the path that we were going, we would become successful. That's what He showed us. And you can tell me, oh, that could have meant everything, who cares? Then fine. Click off the video, stay godless. I do not give a solitary fuck. This is my life. And I'm here to give you guys advice, and I'm here to help you with my experiences and learn as well. And honestly, the best thing I could have done is find God. And the best way you find God, the best way you can quit loneliness and just stop being lonely forever is to work hard on yourself. Once you start working hard on yourself to love yourself, God will see that, and God will love you back, and God will give you blessings. God created us in His image. So if you appreciate that, if you love yourself, His image, I'm God's image. If I love myself, if I take care of my body, I work out, I don't take drugs, I don't eat processed foods, and I just train my mind to become better every day, and I want to be successful, and I do right by His creation, He's gonna see that, and He's gonna be appreciative of my hard work, and He's gonna look at me and He's gonna want to bless me. The harder you work, the more blessings you get. If you're lonely and you're on self-improvement, find God and remember that God is always gonna have your back. On those days where you're sad, on those days where you feel like you're about to relapse, on those days when you feel like everything is going to shit, it's going to be fine. Sit down, take a deep breath, talk to God, talk to your heart. That's where God is. And I promise you, once you do that, the loneliness is gonna slowly fade. It's not gonna disappear. There's gonna be times of loneliness again, but you're always gonna have that one person, that one thing you can look for to cure that loneliness, even if it's for a little while. You're always gonna have that backup. So honestly, guys, I can't stress this enough. If you're feeling lonely on self-improvement, don't quit. Don't try to socialize with the bad kids. Don't try and take drugs to fit in and get a friend group. Talk to God. God has a plan for you, and God is always going to help you when you ask for it. Maybe not now, maybe not tomorrow, maybe it's not the type of help that you are supposed to get, but He will answer you. Might be in ways you don't want to, but He will answer you. And at the end of the day, you're going to be the man that you want to be, or the woman that you want to be. So find God, and always look for Him. Talk to Him. Those nights when you're feeling lonely and you feel like nobody's there for you,